Ah, smells like spring. That means Easter's coming. And that means time for battle. Oh hey. Aha! Science. That's right. Easter means egg battles, egg tapping, egg knocking, egg packing, egg pocking. Depends on where you are and who you're talking to. But all over the world, there are going to be these egg battle competitions, especially in the South in the US and in the Greek, Croatian areas. So there you go. And the basic premise of the game is you got to tap them. And whoever's egg cracks is the loser. But what we want to do, we want to win. So I gathered around, I looked up a ton of egg tapping strategies so that we can win. We're going to put them to the test, see if they work so that we can win. There's money on the line in these competitions. There are losing prizes that you might face if you lose, so the stakes are high. So what I've done is I gathered up a team of excellent fighters, and we're going to put them into two teams. So I divided up the eggs into two teams. We have girls versus boys. And now the girl eggs, we're going to use all of our winning strategies that we talk about today and play them on the girl eggs. And the boy eggs we're going to just treat as regular eggs. And we're going to see if we can get a difference between our two groups of eggs, if the girl eggs come out on top, or if there really isn't any difference between the two. So there's only one way to find out. And that's to do our experiments and to run our competitions. So let's go. Now, this is a competition, so anytime I lose and I predict the wrong egg that I think is going to win the battle, I have to punish myself. I have to eat a drop of yellow sadness itself. I have to eat one of these peeps, not sponsored by the way, one of the absolutely worst Easter candy there is. So, high stakes today. I want to eat as few peeps as possible. So, let's meet our excellent warriors. We have Veronica, Dotse, Karen, and Christy for the girls' team. And for the boys' team, we have Mr. Ashton, Chad, Arlo, and Yanis. Let's talk about some of the advantages that I'm going to give to the girl team of eggs. The first is shape. You may notice that some of the girl eggs are pointier than the boy eggs. Here, let's pull out Karen and Chad as a closer example. Karen is a lot more pointier on the top compared to Chad, who is much more rounder. A pointier egg, just like an arrow, is going to have more force, more focus here at that tip, at the point. It's going to be a stiffer, harder egg, whereas this rounder egg, which is a little bit flatter, is more likely to crumble under pressure, especially here at this point. Flatness is weakness in eggs. Now, the other thing to look out for is egg complexion. You see, here's Christy, and you can see that her egg is as homogeneous as possible. You got a little bit of bird poop there. But, of course, she has some bumps, and she has, just some little bumps and things, but no obvious cracks, no obvious points of weakness. Now, compare that to Yanis. Oh, Yanis, what's this? A point of weakness in the shell? And what's this below the bird poop? Another one? Just a old scar up there? And let's look at his back. Oh my, Yanis! That's a big old back crack! That's not good. Back cracks are never good. Oh, Yanis. So that's another advantage that we gave the girl eggs. They have less obvious signs of weak spots and cracks than our boy eggs, like Yanis here. Oh, Yanis. Are you going to crack under pressure? Or are you going to pull through for me? Let's look a little closer on that weak spot on Yanni's. There you go. You see all those little bumps and areas? Right there, that divot, all those little bumps, just like anything that's not homogeneous, it's going to cause little localized areas where the forces can congregate and cause more cracking, more points of weakness. If the egg was perfectly smooth and homogeneous, then we wouldn't get that near as much. And now every egg is going to have little bumps and divots and hills, but we want to pick the egg that is the smoothest possible, unlike Yanni's. Now another great way to look for weaknesses in the eggshell is to put it on a light. Here we have Veronica, and a hair stuck to my thumb, gross. But you can see all of these little white spots. That is where she has little points of weakness, where the eggshell is thinner. Let's look at our other eggs. Here's my boy Yanni's. Look at those big old areas of weakness. Especially bad because they're focused in one area. If they're just sprinkled about in a kind of random homogeneous manner, it's not as bad. But if we have a big old area of weakness right here all along, this is a terrible spot, a place where we can get some major cracking, some major losses in our battle. Oh, Yanni's, I don't know what I'm going to do with you, man. Oh, Dotse's beautiful. She just has a lot. She has a lot of points of weakness, but she's just speckled like a star-studded galaxy. Oh, Dotse. Wonderful. The other thing that we can see in these eggs, here we have Chad, is the egg air pocket. You see this bright spot right here? That's the air pocket that's found inside of the egg. And look how big it is for Chad. You can kind of rotate it around. So there it is, right there, that air pocket. Of course, since we have an air pocket here, it's not going to have a bunch of egg supporting it. This is going to be another weak area. So the bigger the air pocket, the greater the weakness inside of the egg. Let's compare that to Dotse and see how big her air pocket is. See, you can't even see her air pocket. You can see a little bit of shadow caused by the membrane that protects the air pocket. But nothing much. Nothing when compared to Chad, man. Chad's just got the biggest air pocket this side of the Mississippi, boy. Now, one of the other strategies that I saw online was to boil the eggs pointy side down. That's because they don't want any air pockets in the egg to float up to the pointy part where the egg is the strongest. You want to have the air bubbles stay in the bottom part of the egg. Now I call BS on that because the air pocket, it doesn't move. The air pocket is protected by a membrane. You can see I'm holding the egg right now, pointy side up. And the air pocket isn't floating to the top of the egg. So boiling it pointy side down like this, so that the air pocket stays up on the roundest part of the egg is meaningless. Because if I were to boil it pointy side up, the air pocket isn't moving at all. But I'll still boil the girls pointy side down to prevent any sort of air pocket moving. But we'll see if it has any effect. See, I'm boiling them. You can see Veronica's lips, so she is pointy side down. I also wrap them in a dishcloth. That way they don't bump around and rattle as they're boiling, so they don't hit against the metal sides or against each other, causing little cracks and things. Now look at this. Do you see that little trail of bubbles coming out of Veronica's lips right there? That happens because eggs are porous. And so as the egg material is heating up and expanding, it's pushing some of the air out of her air pocket outside. Well, as we wait for these eggs to boil, we can talk a little bit more about those egg pores. You see, Eggs are porous, and so with time, air can actually diffuse in and out of that egg. And so with time, the air pockets will actually grow bigger inside of the egg. Fresher eggs have smaller air pockets. So fresher eggs have a good chance of actually being stronger because they have those smaller air pockets. So those air pockets grow with time. You see, that little air sac inside the egg is actually really important for the developing chicken. Chickens need oxygen to breathe, and so that air pocket allows the chicken to breathe in some oxygen. And it lets the chicken to breathe out carbon dioxide. All those little holes in the eggshell that we saw, the little dimples, those are actually pores that allow gases to be exchanged in and outside of the egg. So when carbon dioxide accumulates, it'll be released out of the egg, and oxygen can come flowing back into the egg by diffusion. So be thankful that you don't rely on a little air pocket to breathe like those poor baby chickens. But be thankful they can. You see, here's the bottom of the egg, and you can see that membrane that protects the air pocket. It's squishy, bloop, 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 and so there's the little air pocket. But you can see it's not going to be moving because it has this membrane that protects it, keeps it in place. But we'll see. They're almost done. We'll see you soon, Veronica. See you soon. And here's our cooked hard-boiled eggs. You can see the guys turned a little bit pink. That's because they were wrapped in a red dishcloth. That just like when you have a red sock in your laundry and makes your clothes pink, does that for eggs too. Oops. Now we talked about how these eggs have a lot of different bumps and divots and dimples on there. So what we're going to try to do is smooth those out on the girl eggs with a little polishing action. So I just got some oil, we're going to polish them up. Now this polishing is going to take a little while, so get comfy. Every day I'm polishing.
2 hours later.
Look here at Chad. He was boiled pointy side up, but you can still see that air pocket in there. And it's still at the bottom. It didn't move. So boiling it pointy side up or pointy side down doesn't mean a thing. Here we are at the Easter Basket Dome. We have our contenders, the girl eggs versus the boy eggs. Now, the girl eggs were chosen to have the pointiest eggs, the least defects. We polished them up to get rid of any bumps and grooves on their surfaces, and we boiled them pointy side down so that any air pocket would remain here on the roundest, flattest part of the egg. Whereas the guys, they didn't get any special treatment other than being boiled in a red rag that made them kind of pink and blushing in the face. So what we're going to do, we're going to square them off and we'll see. Now, as we've already established, boiling them pointy side down or pointy side up didn't move the air pocket inside, so I don't think that had much of a difference. Honestly, the eggs are fairly similar in their shape, and some cosmetic differences, a little bit of weak spots, but overall they're fairly similar. We did polish these, and so, again, we gave all the girl eggs as much chance as we can, but we'll see if really any of those special factors, any of that special treatment affected anything. But if they do affect things, the girl eggs should blow the boy eggs away. And here I have my punishment. I have 5 peeps. If I lose my prediction who I think is going to win a battle, I have to eat the worst candy known to man.
Type 2 adult onset diabetes. Not
in a puff. So, here we go. First we have Karen versus Chad. And so I'm going to predict, just for fun, that Chad is going to win. We're going to beat down Karen. That's so if Chad wins, I don't have to eat a peep. If Karen wins, I have to eat a peep. So you can also, if you want to join in the fun, write down who you think is going to win in the comments or do whatever you want to do. And if you lose your prediction, I expect you to go to the store and buy your own peeps, man. This is an honor system here. If you get it wrong, you got to eat a peep. So I'm going to punish myself. That's no fun. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to start on bottoms. So we're going to tap the bottoms. So Karen is going to go in for the attack here with Chad. Chad took the hit. Karen is still okay. So let's see if we can finish it off. For an egg to be eliminated, both the top and the bottom have to go. We're going to have Chad attack to be fair. Here we go. Oh, Chad took it to the side of the head. He is out, down for the count. Karen is the winner, not a scratch on her. The first peep. Here we go. Oh. I can't. It's nothing but sugar. That's so gross. Well, on to round 2. All right, next up we have Mr. Ashton So Dapper with his fancy mustache versus Christy with her wonderful bow. So nice. Okay, to keep things fair, we're going to have Mr. Ashton attack first because Karen attacked first last time. So you round it down here. There we go. And Mr. Ashton goes in for the tap. Mr. Ashton. Oh, I got to make my prediction. I think Christy's going to win. I don't want another beep. Okay, Christy. Pull it in for me. Here we go. Here comes the tap. And Mr. Ashton down for the count. A double loss. And I don't have to eat another peep because I got it right. Go, girls. Okay, now we're going to go for Giannis. Oh, we all know Giannis is going to win because he has all the defects. But it'll be interesting to see if he breaks here on the defects or somewhere else with his back crack. But he is going to go against Dotse, the wonderful Dotse. So Giannis versus Dotse. Here we go. Dotse is going to go the first hit with the bottoms. Giannis took the crack. Now Giannis is going to go in for the top. Now Giannis could have played some strategy here if he tried to go off to the side, so that because he knows the hardest spot of Dotse is right here at the point. If he goes in for the side, it might do it. But Dotse's smart. She's going to cover that up. Here we go. Come on, Giannis. Pull through for me, boy. Giannis is down for the count. So it looks like the technique so far we're 3 for 3. I'm surprised because honestly I didn't think it would make that much of a difference. But gotta eat another pea. I trusted my boy Giannis. He let me down. And now I have to face yellow death. Oh. Okay, Arlo. You're the last guy for the boys. Are going to take out Veronica. There's only going to be one way to find out. Shake hands. Okay, let's do this. Can't remember who attacks first, but we're going to have Veronica go in first. Veronica! Oh! Arlo is the saving grace. Veronica's down. And I didn't say this out loud, but I was thinking that Veronica's going to win. Okay. Arlo, are you going to finish off the job? Oh, Veronica! Oh, I was wrong. So another peep for me, and Veronica's down. Arlo, clutch. Just kidding, let's be real. Oh, it's so sweet. Yeah. Okay, Arlo. We're going to have you go against Karen now. I think that Karen is going to take this one. You let me know who you think is going to win in the comments. But I think Karen's going to do it. I'm going to put my money on Karen. Hopefully I don't have to eat another peep. Okay, Karen. Ow! Arlo. Uh-oh. What-oh. Ruh-roh. Arlo. Gonna get... Oh. Gotta hit it this way. Here we go, Arlo. What? Oh, okay. So, Karen got the top. Arlo's got the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch it over. So now we're going to do top to bottom. So that gives Arlo the advantage here. We're going to find out what happens. Oh, Arlo, he still took the crack. Top, bottom. Karen comes in. It's partially damaged, but still okay. I was wrong. Because Karen was just so much more pointy. Oh, wait, she won. So, yeah, wait, I was right. I don't have to eat a peep. Oh, phew. That's right, peeps. Not today. Gross. We gotta find out who's the strongest of the girls. So let's have Dotse against Christy. I think Christy's got it, just based on the shape. She's pointier. So I think Dotse's gonna take the lose. We also saw Dotse had a lot of weaknesses, really speckled, homogenous, but anyway, let's see what happens. We're gonna go tops first with Christy going after Dotse. Here we go. Christy, oh no, Christy! Christy, don't do this to me! I don't want to eat another peep. I can't eat another peep. Christy! Why? Oh, Dotse's not even scratched. Oh. 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 What? It's the final bout. Karen versus Dotse. Can Karen take it for all the Karens who are misrepresented out there? Or just peaceful Dotse? Karen already has a blow to the head, so... But Dotse is just feeling fine, so I think Dotse's going to take it. And let's hope Dotse doesn't crack, so I don't have to eat that last peep. We'll have Karen go in. We'll have Karen going for the attack. I'm getting all confused now. Karen going in for the attack. If Karen cracks, it's all over. I don't have a peep. Here we go. That's it. Karen is done. Dotse is the winner. The finest egg this side of the Mississippi is Miss Dotse. And there's one last peep that didn't get eaten. Oh, dang. Well, that was a... What? What's going on? It's coming from in here. Moriarty! Coming out from the deep freeze. Dr. Moriarty from his deep freeze has frozen cold as hard. Now, he technically already has a crack, so... But we're gonna let him slide, because he's a surprise, unrivaled challenger. See, I read on the internet, a lot of people say you can freeze your eggs to cheat. But looks like when you freeze them, they are going to crack naturally. But let's see if Dotse can take him. Okay. Moriarty's going in. Oh! Dotse. She's taking on the frozen egg. And Moriarty took the crack. Dotse's going to go in. Can she finish him off? Dr. Moriarty. That's it. That's game. Dotse we had a cheating person going in for the deep crystalline freeze. And yet Dotse comes out on top. Get out of here, Moriarty. I think we all know where you two belong. Get out of here. Gross. Hate him. So there we go. Dotse comes out without a scratch, beating all the other eggs and even the frozen egg. So I think we can see that freezing an egg isn't a good idea. It was already cracked when we started, so don't cheat that way. It looked like, overall, the girls did come out on top, with most of them beating their guy counterparts. And so I think it goes to show that some of the techniques that we did help. I don't think that the way you boiled the egg, the direction, had any impact because the air pockets didn't move. I think polishing honestly didn't do much. I think that was pretty much just busy work because it's got a lot of the bumps out, but not... there's still a lot of dimples in there. I think the biggest thing was just the egg shape. Overall, the girls, they were just a little bit pointier. The guys were just a little bit rounder. So that's good to know because when you go for your battles, you don't have to have a lot of special preparation. The big things are to look for points of weakness and the overall shape. You want a hard, pointy egg without a lot of cracks. It's as simple as that. Of course, I can't confirm exactly what caused the girl eggs to win overall. Again, I just think it's the shape because we didn't test each of those variables individually. But again, because the air pockets didn't move, and I don't think polishing did much, I really think it's the shape. But if you really want to crack this mystery, you're going to have to do your own experiments. And if someone does those experiments, I'd love to hear what you find out. Well, it was another beautiful spring Easter battle. And I only had to eat 4 peeps. Feel pretty good about that. Till next time, ciao.